12 of the best poker players are fighting it out for the Premier League title. What will happen when egos collide, pride is wounded, and one becomes the champion of champions? Last time, it was a matchup between Phil Hellmuth and Tom Dwan, and it was the young internet sensation that rocked the poker brat firsthand.
You're in the booth again, Fish? You were in the booth last time when it came 5-5 ace and I had the ace-5, remember? Yeah, I lost that one too.
Phil's already crippled.
Well, I know one thing, Durr. You and I are going to play tomorrow, son, because I'm going to watch every hand you play from here on out.
Phil Hellmuth was absolutely disgraced himself today. That's the truth. I mean, he's outclassed.
It's possible he just had an awesome read and made a really good fold, but it seems crazy to me.
Tom Dwan doesn't know me, and he should know, that I've been ruling the Hold'em world for 20 years. But I don't think he recognizes that.
And he's not happy with the Fish's comments either.
If you listen to Devil Fish's commentary, he's gotten personal.
Come on, call him, Phil, just so I can take the piss out of you in the green room later, buddy. It was a bad betting, man. He shouldn't have bet at the end.
He's talking about I shouldn't even bet on the river. Well, every great player in there, of course I'm supposed to bet on the river. So, I mean, there's kind of a disconnect in his commentary. I think he's gotten personal. I think he might be jealous of me again.
If he thought it was made out of chocolate, he would have eaten himself years ago, you know what I mean?
It's good when they're jealous of you and when they lose touch with reality. That's a good thing.
Going into tonight's match, Tony G started off strong in Premier League 2, and he's doing it again with 10 points through 1. He can swing freely, and he will. In the playoff zone, both Oberstadt and Hellmuth will be in action tonight. And for Phil Hellmuth, it's a chance to put some points on the board. In the relegation zone, 3 of these players will be playing here. DeWolf, Healthy, and Anad Medic. It's been a bad start for Medic, and he wants to improve on the bagel. These poker pumps are primed to play, and you better believe this heat packs a wallop. 6 players, all in the need of points. You can see the chips on the table. Yellow's worth 1,000, blues are 2, reds 5,000 each. There's 100,000 in front of every player and 600K in play. Well, this is exciting to be joined in the box tonight by Tom Dwan, Durr. Tom is the guy that everybody watches, but nobody knows what he thinks. So maybe tonight, Tom, you're going to tell us a little bit about that.
Something like that. Oh, and here we have Phil choosing to play a hand.
6,000.
The first hand, in fact.
That's pretty crazy.
And I mean...
I'd say good play by him, coming out for a raise. Would have been a pretty good spot, actually, for Tony to re-raise versus Phil, because Phil's going to fold there too often.
You know that Hellmuth... I mean, I can't remember the last time he started off well in one of these heats. Certainly not last time. And this is a nice flop for him. I mean, Roland's going to like...
It's a great flop for 9-10 suited.
Now, if I was Phil here, I would check behind a huge amount of the time.
Oh, you have 8s, huh? You afraid to give a free card?
Just with Phil's image for him to bet this flop is tough.
6,000.
All right. You might have jacks. Could be 8s.
It's been 6,000 and call.
Could be ducks.
And Roland bet and Phil made a pretty standard call here.
Check.
Check. Check.
Now, I probably would have bet that turn for value and then bet the river again.
Look at
That's
this.
Pretty lucky river for Roland.
But has Phil made a mistake on the turn here, or
No,
is
I
he
mean,
going
I
to
don't-
gain a lot on
It's
the
not
river?
that bad.
does he
I would
do?
generally bet the turn, but I would check it sometimes.
I haven't done anything.
I don't mind his check, really. It obviously sucks that a 5 rolled off for him, but it's not that bad. I would generally bet it, but I don't mind it too much.
And I mean, obviously, to me, it feels very tough for Phil to fold to any bet. I mean, should Roland get
Yeah,
greedy
Roland bet
here?
20,000 here, and it's This is a tough spot for Phil. I mean, I would end up paying it off almost every time.
Wow, is this the first hand again? It's unbelievable. I mean, Dur, you know it's an easy call, right? But this is where I'm a little bit different than the rest of the world.
Pass.
That's unbelievable. It really is. Wow.
Feels like a ridiculously good laydown.
Yeah,
they
that's
do to
pretty
me.
awesome by Phil.
You guys all think I had nothing. That's so beautiful too. They're always shocked later when they say he had what? So beautiful.
Phil, you want to book me?
You want to book you? Yeah, I mean, I want to book you if we can all vote on who played the worst. By the way, Dur, if Tony wins this, I just want you to know that every one that he's won, the commentators totally insulted him the whole time. It's so sick.
Raise to 6,000 total.
Can they get under Tony G's skin? Not with
Nice
the
hand,
aces.
Rolly.
Cool. Pass.
And he has flat called medic here. Now, Tony G said
Didn't really have jacks.
Cool.
before this tournament began that Nanad is one of the guys he's played with quite a bit.
Was Ace King any good?
Helmus in as well. 3 ways here. And it's a straight draw for medic. If he fires out a continuation bet here, I mean, this is a guy who got a bagel his first time out. If he gets short stacked here, he could be out of the Premier League.
Ace 10, you bet 20
Raise to
times.
30,000.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
13 up to
Pass.
30 from G with the bullets.
Pass.
Did you say something? I don't know what you had. Me? Did you say something? Me, man.
As long as they
think
make
about
fun
it.
of him,
Make
as
it
long
good.
as they keep saying that Tony
I
G has
complain.
no play, you know what?
I got the
He's going
wine
to
in.
keep
I
showing
can't
them the
believe
money.
this is the first hand,
Do you want to
blah,
book
blah,
me
blah,
or not?
blah.
That's what we're talking about.
Big mouth and a big game when it comes to the big stage. Tony G's poker keys are heart and commitment, and he's had plenty of results. He's the Bad Boys champion, Asian Poker Tour champion, and 3rd in this tournament last year.
I was more of a street kid early on in life, growing up in the Soviet Union. So yeah, it was very rough times and a lot of experience. And I went to Australia, and I guess I learned. I was an addicted, compulsive gambler as a kid. I like to knock people down because I think I'm more of a battler, more of a player with not that much ability. Anyone at home could play as good as me. I really believe that. The key is you have to be prepared to die if you want to win. You can never save yourself because you're too good to be all in. That's not true. You can be very conservative early on, but ultimately once your stack gets to that level that you can get enough leverage to pick up some chips, you have to push it. And that's what I do. I'm fearless.
Tony G, like the ultimate hustler. He's got 10 points on the board, and yet everybody thinks he's an idiot. He's got a career
Raise
like
to
that.
5,000 total.
I mean, already, like, the point standings should dictate how people play. You know, guys like Nanad here and Helmuth and Roland, they really need to get some points on the board.
Yeah, I mean, I think they need to be playing pretty aggressively, trying to win a large amount of time.
Cool.
You know, this is like the definition of temptation, isn't it? You kind of tell yourself you have to tighten up, and then you get the 10-jack suited, or...
Yeah, I mean, I think Nanad's got a call there.
Try.
And he'll probably end up winning the spot.
The check raise is the mission here?
I'm kind of surprised he checked, actually.
You
I'd
would-
expect him to bet it with his
8,000.
stack size a decent amount of the time. But yeah, now he's either going to be check raising or planning to bluff later almost every time, unless he like turns a jack or something.
Cool.
Obviously, in the pot he got
pretty
knocked out
surprised.
on, his first time at it was sort of a check raise on the turn that he, to you...
Right. That was somewhat of a different situation because
flop
it was
is check.
it was
Yeah.
possible that his hand was
Check.
good with ace high, whereas here with jack high, it's so unlikely that his hand's good.
Well, he may have been check raising the flop. He turned the flush draw, and Annette's now checked behind him. And, I mean, there's 27,000 in there. What's the best move for Annette here?
I mean, I think I would bet it, but I don't like.
She could have been playing a queen behind to pay off the river,
That's
right?
And she might even call tens some small amount of the time there. I would definitely plan on check raising the flop, and if not, if I didn't want it for whatever reason, I'd lead out the flop.
Bet on the flop that's
He got it through, but it felt kind of dangerous there, didn't it?
Yeah, I just think
It's not that good.
I agree. I think it's pretty dangerous.
And Anad may have gave himself a talking to after heat number one. He certainly seems
What
like
would be
he's
your
here to
price?
score
What would be your
points
minimum?
tonight.